This is a brief summary of the cases that are pending in the Supreme Court. The bench Justice Bela Trivedi and Justice Chandra Sharma have concluded the arguments on 20 March 2025 and reserved for orders. The list of cases arises out of the orders passed on 5 September 2023, 27 February 2024, and 12 April 2024 in the High Court of Madras. The plaintiffs of the cases filed can be categorized into three parts. The first set of cases filed by the General Secretary Fernandez Ratan Raja, Deputy Moderator Right Reverend Ruben Mark, and Treasurer Vimal Sugmar of the synod, who don't want the amendments and they want their terms to continue forever. The second party is the moderator Dharmaraj Rasalam, who is challenging all the orders passed in the High Court, fighting for the amendment. The third set of cases are filed by Bishop George Stephen of Madras Diocese, supporting the amendment. The respondent who are appearing mainly are Franklin James from Karnataka, Sunil Das from Kerala, and A.D. Sheshadri from Tamil Nadu. There were various arguments put forth by the plaintiff and argued extensively for the period of 11 months in the Supreme Court of India. The notable and main set of arguments carried out by the plaintiff and respondent are here as follows. The counsel appearing for the Secretary Fernandez Ratan Raja, Deputy Moderator Ruben Mark, and Treasurer Vimal Sugumar of Zenod, Senior Advocate Abhishek Manu Singhvi, Senior Advocate Prakash, Advocate Adrian Rosario, argued that they don't need the amendments. This is even after promulgating the amendments themselves. They oppose the amendment for the sole purpose of them to continue in office with no break. They insist on the reinstatement of only 3 officers: Secretary Fernandez Ratan Raja, Deputy Moderator Ruben Mark, and Treasurer Vimal Sugmar, excluding the moderator. They also don't want the clergy, bishops, to continue in their office till 70 years. They argued amendments and bylaws are different and that they only want the bylaws, for which the justice opposed their argument that it can be either amendments and bylaws together or them not coming at all, that it can't be half and half. The counsel appearing for the moderator, Senior Advocate Rakesh Trivedi, Senior Advocate Dama Naidu, Senior Advocate Sanjay Hedge, Advocate Pranjal Kishore, argued on the entire aspect of this case, fighting for the amendments and his election. Major technical aspects were pointed out, and the lacunae of procedures that were not followed, and the institution of the suit. The counsel appearing for Bishop George Stephen of Madras Diocese, Senior Advocate Meenakshi Arora, Senior Advocate Shoaib Alam, argued that these orders did not affect the moderator office bearers alone. It in fact affects all of clergy and the bishops, and that they were not added as parties to these cases. They also argued on how it failed to consider all the voices involved, the suffering of the pastors who serve the church, and the reason the amendments were brought forth were to benefit the worshippers. Apart from this, one other major argument put forth was the synod follows the episcopacy, the Church of England, and their retirement age of presbyters is 72. For these major arguments that were made by the plaintiff, Senior Advocate Ashwini Kumar, Advocate Tanaka Sivan, Advocate Vineet Subramani responded that they have 2 judgments in their favor, that it is a scheme suit and that its scope is very vast and the certain players need not be made in the case. They relied on some notice period issues, electoral college issues, and the impact of that on the election. The justice asked how Franklin James, Sheshadri, and Sunil Das are affected by the amendments. In conclusion, Secretary Fernandez Ratan Raja, Deputy Moderator Ruben Mark, and Treasurer Vimal Sugumar said that they don't want the amendment. That is, they don't want the clergy and the bishop who completed the age of 67, and they want to continue their office terms forever. The respondent Franklin James, Sheshadri, Sunil say that they don't want the amendments, bylaws, the office bearer, clergies, and bishop who completed the age of 67. The moderator Dharmaraj Rasalam and Bishop George Stephen supporting the amendments, supporting the continuation of clergy and bishop till 70 years, and also challenging the whole aspect of the case.